Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whenever you are. Thank you for watching this video. I am going to be opening up a Mac Studio. Now, I have this Mac Studio that is maxed out with basically 512 gigabytes of RAM and 16 terabyte hard drive. It is quite the beast of a computer, and the reason why I got this beast is because I want to do large language models on this thing, and so that's why I bought it. So let's open it up. Here I've got like several cameras set up to show you this, and let's see here. I'm going to open this up right here, and there we go. Use this camera right here, and let's see here. Oh, shiny. Well, I mean, I have a Mac Studio already. Damn, so there it is. Yeah, not much to look at. I mean, you can see the Apple packaging is pretty nice, of course, right? And there's a power cable in there. And yeah, so this is the Mac Studio. I'm going to set this up and start, setting up some LLMs for you guys to see on this beautiful Mac Studio with 512 gigabytes of RAM. Should be interesting. Okay guys, so now I've set up my Mac, and here you have it, right? We have about this Mac. You can see 512 gigabytes of RAM, right? And you can see this is our system setup. So with that said, we're going to now install some applications to run an LLM. We're going to download the big models, and I know the big models probably are going to have some problems to set up, but we're going to do that anyways. We're going to go with Deepseek R1 671B model, and so it's going to pull down that model, and that's going to take quite some time because it's 400 gigabytes to download. So I'm going to leave that to download and then start this session once we get it running. Hopefully it will run. Okay, so I've changed, but who cares about that? I now have my Deepseek R1 671 billion parameter. Now I do believe that this is quantized by 4. So there we go. So I just got some information. So this is the question we're going to ask it. This is a fairly straightforward question. It's easy to have. There's an answer. There are 3 boxes. One contains apples. One contains only oranges. That contains both apples and oranges. Boxes have been incorrectly labeled such that no label identifies the actual contents of the box it labels. Opening one box and without looking in the box, you can take one piece of fruit. By looking at the fruit, how can you immediately label all of the boxes correctly? There is an answer to that. Okay, as you can see, this thing's still going, and you could hear my Mac Studio running. It is crazy how hot it is, and now it's come up with the answer. Let's see here. Where's the answer start? Final answer. The correct answer is determined by examining one box, resulting in the apples. Okay. To solve the problem, determine the correct contents of the 3 boxes. Labels apples, oranges, and both, which are mixed and were labeled incorrectly. First step is open the box labeled both. Since all labels are incorrect, yep, that's right. This box cannot contain both apples and oranges. There you go. And this is it. That would be the correct way to solve this problem. And yeah, so there we go. It did work. It was running really hot. The fan was running on the Mac Studio because this thing was going. So yeah, using the LLMs to their extent where they're using the knowledge and stuff like that, it drives it heavy. So, and that's it. So let's try a new model. Of course, this application that loads the model into memory, because it's small enough, so it'll be cached. So that's not so bad, right? Let's take a look at the tokens per second. 13 tokens. Response, nice, very nice. Okay, why did the cat join a band? Because it wanted to be a percussionist. Percussionist. Okay, whatever. All right. Oof. Wow. A little bit slow. 6 tokens per second. There we go. Let's see how long it takes to answer that question. This is actually running on my computer. Right? You can see localhost and stuff like that. It's not doing anything, and the Docker doesn't do anything as well. But you can see the GPUs are off the chain. There you go. Now there is your answer. And let's see here. Nice. Pretty fast. That's fast enough. I mean, this can be run on a Mac M4 Pro, right? Or Max, M4 Max with 128 gigabytes of RAM. I actually have one right here, and yeah, it works really fine, right? The 78 gigabyte model, but that's not what we want. We want to run a big model, right, on this Mama Jamma. And then we're just having that problem. Let's see if another model, let's see here, models, what else can we do here? There's not much we can do, because this thing is not working properly. Well, I'm trying to figure out why this thing's crashing. Why do scientists trust atoms? Because they made up everything. Okay, whatever. Why don't scientists trust atoms? Because they make up everything. All right, funny. Ha ha ha. About Bitcoin coding. Bitcoin, let's see here. Let's be more specific. OP is used for. I know you don't like, you're not going to know what the OP return is, but it doesn't matter. It's just a test of what this thing can do. Should be able to know what that is, at least. Right? Or else why is it coder? Right? But keep in mind that these models don't have access to the internet, so they have to be trained with all this information, or else they won't be able to know what that means, right? So, yeah, there it is. Let's see how well that works. How's the memory usage? See, it's not bad. It's more than what, this is more than what a MacBook M4 Max would possibly be able to do. So there it is. Of course, you could have gotten a little bit less RAM, probably like 256 instead of 512. So we want to max out the 512 for sure. For sure. For sure. It failed. Damn. Wow. This is not good. Not good at all. Well, I'm going to have to do some research on why I've spent all this money and why it doesn't work. These large language models. That's kind of fishy. Should be able to do all that. That's why, Apple did this. There we go. Okay, there we go. It knows what OP return is, what it's used for. So that's good. That's good. Oh, just a usable 17, almost 18. Wow. Meesh. That's impressive. I think we could use this. Just we got to keep an eye on whether or not it's working, right? Because it failed last time. But yeah, there you go. That's a better model that I could use. Kind of strange how we can't seem to get our Deepseek model into memory. Very strange. There was no explanation for that. Especially since this thing could do like a billion parameter model, but quantized to 1 point some odd or something like that. 1.6 or 1.8 or whatever it is. Really tiny quantization. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. Come on, baby. Let's go. Come on. All right, well, I'm going to stop the recording, right, and see if I can do this with a reboot on, with nothing recording, nothing on here, and see what happens that way. Okay, so I've rebooted the computer, and I've attempted to run Deepseek R1 671 billion parameter. Should be quantized 4, but I don't know, maybe that's the problem. Maybe I got the high quantization somehow, but I don't think so. And didn't run. No matter what I tried it in different terminals. In the terminal where I entered in the setting that basically sets the memory, and that did not work as well. So everything I've tried has failed. So if you can figure out how I can get this working, I'd really appreciate it, because the whole point of buying this thing is so I could run such a large model on my own, in my own personal computer. So yeah, if you could help me out, I really appreciate it. Comment in the comment section below, and thanks for watching. Peace.